Hey folks, welcome back. In this video we're going to go over two worked examples to show you how to do problems involving absolute refractive index and frequency. Now if you haven't already done so, check out my previous video covering the theory on this topic, and that way you can apply what you learned in that video to this one. So let's get going. Question 1 says a ray of blue light passes from air to glass. It has a wavelength of 500 nanometers in air and an absolute refractive index of 1.53 in glass. So there's our light going from air on the bottom to glass on the top, and we've got some angles labelled for us as well. And then in part A it says find the angle of instance θ1. Well, notice how θ1 is the angle between the normal and the instant ray, and we can get that simply by taking 30 away from 90, since that's 90 degrees in there. So we can say the angle of instance θ1 is equal to 90 minus 30, which equals 60 degrees. Part B says find the angle of refraction θ2. Well, writing down what we know from the question, we're trying to find θ2. We know absolute refractive index n is 1.53 for the glass, and θ1 is 60 degrees that we just found in part A. So writing down our equation relating n, θ1 and θ2, we have n equals sin θ1 over sin θ2. Substituting in the numbers gives 1.53 equals sin 60 over sin θ2. And to get sin θ2 on its own, we can multiply both sides by sin θ2 and then divide both sides by 1.53, or we can simply just cross multiply, which is the same as just swapping these two round. So we get sin θ2 equals sin 60 over 1.53. And if you do that in your calculator, you should get a value for sin of θ2 of 0.577 and all these other digits. And keeping those digits in your calculator and then doing inverse sine or shift sine, you should get an answer for θ2 of 35 degrees. Lastly, part C says to find the frequency of the blue light in air and glass. Well, for air, first of all, let's use our wave equation, V equals F lambda. So here we're trying to find frequency F. We know that V is equal to 3 times 10 to the 8 meters per second for the blue light in air, and we're told that the ray of blue light has a wavelength of 500 nanometers in air. So we can rewrite that as 500 times 10 to the minus 9 meters. And then writing down our equation V equals F lambda, we can rearrange for the frequency F by dividing both sides by lambda, so we get F equals V over lambda. Substituting in our numbers gives 3 times 10 to the 8 divided by 500 times 10 to the minus 9, and putting that into your calculator should give you an answer of 6 times 10 to the 14 hertz. And for glass, we don't really need to do any more work since frequency stays the same, so we can say that F equals 6 times 10 to the 14 hertz in glass as well. Lastly, question 2 says a ray of red light is instant on a semicircular block of glass at the midpoint of XY as shown. So there's our semicircular block, there's XY, and there's where the light enters XY at the midpoint. We've then got our normal labelled as well and some angles. And it says the refractive index of the block is 1.50 for this red light. Part A says to calculate the angle θ shown in the diagram. Well, here you can see that θ is in the glass, so that's going to be θ2, which is our angle of refraction in this case. And θ1, remember, is always the angle in air, the less dense medium. So θ1 is going to be the angle between the normal and the instant ray, which is 50 degrees. And we want to find θ2 essentially in the glass. So we're trying to find θ2, we know n is 1.50 for the glass, and θ1 is equal to 50 degrees. So writing down our equation relating n, θ1 and θ2, we have n equals sin θ1 over sin θ2. Substituting in the numbers gives 1.50 equals sin 50 over sin of θ2, and then rearranging for sin θ2 we can swap these two terms, so we get sin θ2 equals sin 50 divided by 1.5, and putting that into your calculator should give you a value for sin θ2 of 0.510 and so on, and then keeping those digits in your calculator and doing inverse sine or shift sine, you should get a value for θ2 of 31 degrees. And a quick check is to look at the diagram, so you can see you get 50 degrees for the angle of instance and then a smaller angle for the angle of refraction, so it makes sense that we found a value smaller than 50 degrees. Part B says the wavelength of the red light in the glass is 420 nanometers. Calculate the wavelength of the light in air. So here we're trying to find lambda 1, the wavelength in air. We know n is 1.50 and lambda 2, the wavelength in the glass, is 420 nanometers, which we need to rewrite as 420 times 10 to the minus 9 meters. Writing down our equation relating n, lambda 1 and lambda 2, we have n equals lambda 1 over lambda 2. Substituting in the numbers gives 1.50 equals lambda 1 over 420 times 10 to the minus 9. And to get lambda 1 on its own, we need to multiply both sides by 420 times 10 to the minus 9. So doing 1.50 times that in your calculator should give you a value for lambda 1 of 6.30 times 10 to the minus 7 meters. Or that's the same as 630 nanometers. Part C says the ray of red light is replaced by a ray of violet light instant at the same angle. the violet light enters the block at the same point. Explain why the path taken by the violet light in the block is different to that taken by the red light. Well, we could say that violet light has a different frequency or wavelength to red light and therefore a different refractive index. And lastly, part D says which ray of light, red or violet, refracts more. Justify your answer. Well, we can say it's going to be violet light, and that's because it has a higher refractive index than red light. And remember, the greater the refractive index of a material, the more it's going to bend or refract light. That's all for this video, folks. Thanks for watching. If you made it to the end, I really appreciate it. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.